So the value when we plus 2 pi on this number, okay, I will have 25 pi on 6, okay, and when I plus 2 pi on this number, it's going to be 35 pi on 6. Okay, now okay, let's do one more value. Let's do two more values. Okay, and okay, then we have, okay, let's do two more values. That means we have to plus this by 2 pi again, okay, which gives us 37 pi on 6 and 47 pi on 6. Okay, so okay, now let's go to the next step where we have to minus pi, where the value there has to be minus pi. Okay, and 3x is equals to so it's 25 pi on 6 minus pi is equals to 19 pi on 6. Okay, and here is 29 pi on 6. Then we have 31 pi on 6. Then we have 41 pi on 6. Okay, now let's divide all those values by 3 starting from here. Okay, so we have 19 pi on 18, okay, 29 pi on 18, and 31 pi on 18, and also okay, 41 pi on 18. Okay, this here is called here. Okay, let's look at the domain. Domain is from 0 to 2 pi, and the 2 pi is equals to basically 36 pi on 18. Okay, let's look at here. We can find okay, the number. Well, obviously the minus numbers are not in the domain range, and we have 5 pi on 8, and it keep increasing to 31 pi on 18 and 41 pi on 18. 41 pi on 18 is greater than 2 pi, obviously, so this is not the answer. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers in this equation. Okay. Yeah, and so your final answer should be those 6. And again, well, in year 11, in this stage, you only can solve this question using these ways. Okay, but I will introduce a relatively easier way to do this kind of question after we did graphs of trigonometry, and you know why we can, and you will know why we can plus 2 pi's to find all, or minus 2 pi's to find all different values. But again, for now, just do those questions this way. And in year 11, okay, yeah, and in year 11, you will not going to, okay, I don't think they will ask you to solve this kind of question by hand. I don't think so, but maybe in some schools they do. Okay, the difficulty is we don't know how many in the initially we have no idea how many answer is there. Okay, uh, but but when you can draw a graph, when you learn to draw the graph of the trigonometry questions, uh, you will have you can actually read from the graph how many answers you're going to get with this kind of question. Okay, so um, okay, so yep, thank you very much, and okay, thank you. Okay. Mm. Now I'm going to show you to solve some very difficult trigonometry equations. Okay. For instance, if you came across with a question like this: sine x equals to square root of 3 cosine x, okay, and x is belongs to from uh, 0 to 2 pi. Okay, and they ask you to solve x. Okay, the first step to do this kind of question is always uh, to group your variables on the left hand side, and we group the other values on the right hand side. In this case, your variable is of course x, but in this case it's sine x and cosine x, so we try to group them in the left hand side. So I can rearrange the formula, the equation in this form: sine x divided by cosine x equals to square root of 3. And I mentioned uh, I mentioned an important formula in trigonometry before, which is tan x equals to sin x divided by cosine x. Okay, and we're going to use this formula there. So when I have sin x divided by cosine x, it is going to be tan x equals to square root of 3, and from here we can solve it, yeah, by using special triangles and unit circle. So I have 2 1 square root of 3, and then here is pi on 6. The angle is the value is positive, so I will have my answer there and my answer there. Okay, so x is going, is pi on 3. X is going to be pi on 3 and 4 pi on 3. Okay. Similarly, if the question is like that, sine, okay, let's do it the other way. Okay. If we have cosine x equals to square root of 3 sine x, and we group it into the left hand side. Okay, I have cosine x divided by sine x equals to square root of 3. Now what's happening is sine x divided by cosine x is tangent x, and what I have here is cosine x divided by sine x. So I flip them around. I just change it to sine x divided by cosine x, and it will equals to 1 on square root of 3. Okay, because in here square root of 3 is the same as square root of 3 on 1. So when I flip the left hand side, I can also flip, I have to flip the right hand side. Okay, and now I have 10x equals to 1 on square root of 3. Okay, using the okay, here is using our special triangles and the cost, I can find my x, which is in the fourth quadrant and the third quadrant, and 10x is the opposite on hypotenuse. Okay, so the x value is